Troy, what was your reaction to the news about Mark and kind of what's your mindset going forward?
I mean, it's difficult. I mean, he's the guy that recruited me, came into my house, told my family he had my back and I had his back. So I mean, it hurts a little bit, but it's business and it happens, and I understand it. And we got to keep pushing forward and get ready for the new head coach, whoever it is coming in, and be ready to work for him and be able to strive for greatness like we strove for greatness with Coach Helfrich. No, I didn't get a chance to talk to him, but I'm gonna text him and call him today and let him know I'm praying for him and just um, that I'm here for him.
Any other questions? Oh, okay. Matt?
Troy, after the game, you and a couple other players talked about leadership and guys having to step up this offseason. What's that been like the last 24 hours? How would you describe guys stepping up right now?
I mean, everybody steps up in their own different types of way. Everybody handles adversity in different ways. So I think everybody did the respective thing and stepped up in their own right way. And everybody's taking this loss different. And you got to just move on. And we're going to get back to the weight room tomorrow morning and get to lifting and get ready for the next season. Get ready for winter conditioning. Get ready for spring ball, and just get ready for the 2017 season. And just be ready for whoever comes in and take the lead.
In the back, Hannah. Kristen?
This is for anyone that wants to answer, but usually at this time there might be player-only meetings. Has anyone tried to get the team together to talk about what it's going to be like for the players moving forward?
Doug, you want to answer that?
We haven't had a chance. We haven't had a chance to get together as a team without the coaches yet. It's all kind of happened really fast. We got the text last night at like 6:38 that we were going to have a team meeting at 7, and then it all happened. So I mean, definitely gonna have to get together as a team moving forward. But like Troy was saying, we just gotta move forward. Guys gotta step up in leadership roles, and we just gotta continue to work hard. And again, like what Troy said, it starts again tomorrow, getting back in the weight room.
Doug, have you thought, off the top of your head, have you thought of any qualities you want to see the next head coach, whoever the administration brings in, any qualities you really want them to have?
Yeah, that's I guess we would like a really good head coach, but that's obvious. But I guess last night after Health talked to us, Rob Mullens came in and talked to us, and he his main message was he wanted to reassure us that he was going to do a really good job and he was going to find us a really good coach. So I guess it's kind of interesting and exciting time to see where that goes.
These crazy.
Tyson, go ahead.
Brady, nobody wants to see anybody get fired, but is there any sort of just relief in a sense of like now this is no longer a talking point of, the speculation, this has been going on for a couple months at this point now?
I mean, I guess it's sort of a relief knowing that, it happened, but I mean, obviously nobody's looking forward to our head coach getting fired because he was like such a big role model to so many of us and kind of like a father figure. And like one of the main reasons a lot of these guys came here. So obviously him leaving is a big impact to a lot of us. But at least now we know early, and it's not after Christmas or after when we get back from break. So at least we know now, knowing that there's a new head guy coming in, and we can just prepare as a team and get stronger and come together through this time.
Hold on. Well, I'm sorry.
I mean, obviously the season wasn't what you guys had anticipated, but I mean, this is the first Oregon coach that has been fired in 40 years. Did you guys think that that this was coming, or did this come as a surprise to you guys?
I mean, there was talk a little bit throughout the team that maybe something was going to happen because obviously we saw stuff on TV and the media was talking about it all the time. But, I mean, nobody was really expecting it to happen. It just kind of happened so fast. Like what Doug was saying, we got a text at 6:38 saying, hey, team meeting at 7. And everyone was like, uh-oh, like this isn't a good deal if we're going to text this late having a team meeting. So we obviously knew something was going down and that it wasn't going to be good news.
Thanks for your patience, Nick.
Yeah, Troy, kind of same lines. You guys are so locked into football, to school, to getting your body right. I know you guys see a lot of things. I mean, how difficult was that, not even this last couple of days, but last few weeks with just hearing things about maybe they'd be making a change?
I mean, it's difficult because, I mean, the guy was just trying to do his job, and he's out here coaching every day, coming out every day, and to hear rumors about, oh, he's on the hot seat, he's going to get fired. I mean, I can only imagine how that feels for him personally because, I mean, anybody talks about me after a game, oh, he missed too many tackles, he's not playing well enough. I mean, it kind of gets under your skin a little bit, but, I mean, at the end of the day, the media is just doing their job, and he's just trying to do his job. So, I mean, everybody has a role to play in this world, so everybody's just trying to play their role. And it's unfortunate what happened, and we're just trying to just move forward.
Okay, first of all, going back to Mike Scow.
This is for basically any one of you. Do you get the sense right now? It's only been you've had one night to sort of chew on this with discussions amongst the team. Is there any sort of thought that guys are starting to think, well, is this the place for me? Or as Doug sort of said, that you want to gather as a team? Do you try and use that as a way to help, sort of calm any emotions that are just heated as a result of the last few hours?
I think that emotions like that are natural and going to happen when something as big as a head coach being fired happens. But I think that it helped a lot. Rob Mullens talking to us and kind of reassuring us that things are going to be right and they're going to do a really good job of getting a new head coach and whoever he brings with them. And pretty much, I guess Rob just talked about how he wants to get Oregon football back to the success that we've been used to. And there's definitely some uncertainty with the players right now, but I think that this is just normal with a head coach being fired. So,
My apologies for overlooking. Go ahead.
Doug, for you, I sounded like the scene last night was pretty emotional, kind of walking up to Helfrich's office. Could you just kind of tell us a little bit about that and, maybe what kind of messages people were saying? Were there hugs? Were there tears?
Yeah, definitely. So pretty much last night we were all waiting in the team meeting, and Coach Helf came in with his family and kids and, kind of let us know that he was fired, and he let us know that he loved us and that he'd always be there for us, and anything at all, just let him know. And then he left, and Rob Mullens came and talked to us, and then after Rob talked to us, we all got to go. Or whoever wanted to got to go talk to Helf in his office. Yeah, it was pretty emotional. He was pretty upset about it, and obviously lots of emotions. I mean, I've been playing for Helf for the last 4 years, so lots of good times, a couple bad times, but sad to see him go.
Chantel.
Doug and Troy, you guys had some highlights during the second half of the season, but last night one of the things Rob said was that he felt like the trajectory of the program was downward rather than upward. Within the team itself, was there also that feeling, or did you guys kind of feel like you'd hit, an upswing of sorts?
Just my opinion, I feel like we bounced back. I mean, we had a rough middle part of the season. I mean, we lost whatever it was, 5 straight to 4 straight or whatever, how many it was. But I mean, towards the end of the season, we got the win against Arizona State, got the win against Utah. I mean, the unfortunate loss against Oregon State. But in my opinion, I feel like we're bouncing back and we're going upwards. I mean, I'm sorry Rob Mullens feels the way we're going down, but Health had us on the way back up, and it's really unfortunate to see him go because he really had a plan for us, and a bunch of guys were ready to follow that plan, and it really is unfortunate.
For all three of you guys all play for very long tenured position coaches. Have you had a chance to talk with your respective coaches, and what was that like? And have you at all contemplated what it would be like if those guys who've been here for a long time weren't back here?
Absolutely. That was my first question last night. Rob Mullens talked to the team, and then he kind of opened it up for questions, and that was my first question. Coach Greatwood's been here for forever, 30 years, and he is an amazing offensive line coach, and we have nothing but love and respect for Coach Greatwood. And I know as an offensive lineman, that's where all of our minds went immediately. What's going to happen, Coach Greatwood, and so that's something that's definitely on our minds.
Brian.
Doug, ever since Chip Kelly was hired as offensive coordinator here, the kind of the identity of the program has been the offense, the spread, the speed, all that. If a new coach wants to change that, do you guys feel like, with the offensive line and Justin, you guys are pretty versatile and can embrace something totally different?
Oh, absolutely, and we're gonna have to. That's gonna be a big part of this whole process. Is no matter where this ends up going, and no matter who takes the leadership role as head coach, we're just gonna have to buy in, and the quicker more guys buy in completely, the quicker and better the transition is gonna be.
So last night we heard a lot from Rob Mullens about what seems to be a shift in the culture here, and I'm not asking you to put the blame on any one person per se, but just wondering if you as a team have sensed a shift over the past couple of years in culture.
Doug? I think overall we've been stressing the same things as far as culture wise. Win the day, taking care of each other, and horizontal leadership. Everyone being a leader on the team, not just looking to the older guys to be a leader. So we have been stressing those same things ever since I've gotten here. But obviously, we might have done a poor job of building the culture this last year, and that's on some of the older guys like me. That's on some of the coaching things as well. But that's something we definitely have to keep working on, is improving that culture. And yeah.
Did Rob give you guys any options of being involved in any way of the coaching search at all, or bouncing ideas off of you guys at all, or names?
No, he didn't really say anything about any of the players, giving any insight. He just said he's going to head out as soon as he can and go find the best coach possible for us. And he didn't really say any names at all. He just said he's going to do whatever he can to, make us the best team possible next year and going forward.
Okay, in the back. Can you get a mic in the back?
All the way in the back. All the way in the back.
Sky.
Troy, this is kind of a critical juncture for recruiting, and obviously with no head coach and the assistant coach's future in limbo, what would you say to a recruit out there right now, a senior in high school who's committed to this university but undecided now that the future is kind of unknown here at Oregon?
I mean, just trust the process. I mean, you come here to play with the dudes out on the team or your brothers on the team. So, I mean, just continue to stay committed. I mean, talking over with your family, this is a big life decision. I mean, you're not just talking about the next 4 years of your life, you're talking about the rest of your life. I mean, it's not just a football aspect of life. I mean, you have to look at the education-wise and the surrounding, the neighborhoods, all that kind of stuff. You're not just looking at, okay, who's the head coach, how many games are they winning. You have to look at the whole recruiting process, because not everybody makes it to the NFL. I mean, it's like 10% of the people in college football make it to the NFL. So, I mean, you have to have a good education, and this is a good spot for that. So, I mean, just go wherever you have to go to fulfill what you need to fulfill. I mean, I'm not going to tell anybody to come here. I'm not going to tell anybody to leave. I'm just going to tell somebody to trust what they need to trust, and just talk to their parents and their families and just figure out what's best for them.
Jason, I know that you just got here and you don't know what's been said. Do you have a question?
Sure.
Wait for Mike. We're going to bring it up.
Thank you, Dave. For all three of you guys, Rob Mullens last night talked about the culture of Oregon, which is he basically said that it's waned a little bit. We got to get that culture back. Can I have each of you three guys just talk about the culture and what needs to get back at the University of Oregon in your minds?
I can speak for myself, maybe a little bit for Brady. But we're incoming freshmen. We didn't see a culture before this culture, so we can't really say get back to the way it was when we didn't know what it was like before this. So, I mean, there's just little things that we have to change, and the people on this team know what it is, and I don't feel at liberty to tell in the media because people blow it up out of proportion. So we're going to keep this in an in-house type of thing and work on ourselves from within and just try to just show the world that we still got what we got.
I think maybe the biggest thing we need to work on is just working on being better teammates. And the way that works is, as a teammate, I mean, you got to set high standards for yourself, and then the great teammates also hold your other teammates to those same high standards. So I think that's something we can continue to work on, and I think that's something that's going to be really important for our culture this year.
Brady, do you want to address address it, Brady, or
Yeah.
not having been here?
Yeah, well, I mean, I obviously haven't played at all this year, but I've been around the program like as a kid, so I've seen what it's like, and I've seen the culture, change a little bit. It's turned from more like a team thing back when Chip was here, and then when Mark started, it was all team, team, team. And then I noticed this year it was more like individuals. Guys were kind of doing it, for themselves, or so they could go to the league, and not really worrying about how the season's going. More worried about like what their stats are. And I was talking to my roommate Brendan Schooler last night, and I was like, hey, this is a time where we need to bring this team together because we're like at the lowest point we've ever been in the last 8 years, because we've obviously never lost to Oregon State for 8 years since I was like in second grade or something, and we haven't lost to Washington for 12 years. So all the streaks are broken. So we're at the bottom right now, and all we can do is just keep going up. And like what Troy said earlier, we were at the bottom, but we're on an upward increase, and that's what I like to see with this team over the offseason, to see us grow together and work hard and just get ready for next year, and accept this new coach with open arms and just prepare for next year.
Obviously, it hasn't even been 24 hours yet, but I mean, have you guys had any discussions about having a team meeting or anything, just players only?
No.
No, not yet. Yeah, it's just kind of an interesting time of year with us. We're just about to have finals and about to head home for the longest break, long winter break. I think as things continue to unfold, we'll definitely be doing some things like that, but not yet.
Yeah, I think it'd be nice. I think it'd be nice for us to maybe have a team meeting right before we leave for Christmas break, because I think it'd be important to address it and try to get all the pressure off our chests right before Christmas break, before we head with our families, and just to get it over with and have a talk about it.
For those of you unaware, this is dead week this week, and finals are next week. So obviously that's why football season's over. Extreme focus on academics. You have a question, Jason?
Yeah, I actually have two. Can I ask two? One of them is Mr. Mullens talked about regaining our edge, the Ducks regaining your edge. What do each of you think that means? How can this program regain its edge? The second part is, what was Coach Helfrich like behind closed doors? The practices are closed here. We just say, availability is a lot of time. What was he like to get you guys going, to try to help you win games behind closed doors? So two different questions.
I'll answer the question about Coach Helfrich first. First off, he is an absolutely amazing guy and leader, and I have nothing but respect and love for Coach Helfrich. I've played for him for 4 years now, and it's been a great time. And I think probably his most valuable traits that I'm going to remember about him are, how much he stressed on us about being well-rounded people, well-rounded leaders. He was just trying to always make us better people and set us up for success, not only in football, but after football and after we graduate. Coach Helfrich always talked about how, like winning football games is great and everything, but how he's really going to judge his success as a coach is how we are as men 20, 30 years from now when we all have kids. So I always thought that was a really cool thing about Coach Helf. Yeah, I love the guy.
What about getting your edge back as a program? You two guys you've been around a year now. You might have a take on that.
I don't know about getting the edge back or just starting a new edge or whatever that is, but just has to come from within. You got to really want it. I mean, you could tell on some of the games this year that other teams really wanted it more than us. I mean, they came out here. I mean, you look at the Colorado game, you look at their sideline, look at the Oregon State game, just look at their sideline, look at our sideline. It's just two different attitudes. I mean, half the time we thought we just come into the game and it was, oh, we're playing against this team, they're just gonna lay down. But that's not the case. I mean, we're Oregon. We have the big O on our helmets and we got a big target on our back. So I mean, everybody wants to come out and beat us because we're a worldwide known name and we've dominated for the past however many years it's been. So I mean, just to get an edge back is just to just have their mind rights and just to buy back into what the process is and to listen to the new head coach and just to follow what they need to follow and just bring the energy. And like Coach Hulk always preached, bring the juice. Because I mean, if you have a lot of energy, a lot of juice, you're gonna have a good time to play.
Yeah, I think we just need to kind of come together and listen to what the coach is telling us, because he's obviously going to be preaching about energy during the game and energy during practices, and approaching every day to win the day every single day, and to not be thinking about the future, thinking about what we're going to do next week against a team next week, or what we're doing in the weekend or later that night. We need to worry about what we're doing each and every day in the present, and to focus on that moment right there.
I want to pause a second, just from the standpoint that, again, they're on the regular academic schedule that they are during the season. I promised Troy Dye that I would get him out. Troy, if you want to excuse yourself, it's fine. I don't know, Doug, Brady, your time commitment, you can stay a little longer, or
I got
feel
like 10
free to
minutes.
say, hey, I've got to go, I've got an academic commitment. So, a couple more questions. Hand the microphones behind you, Jerry.
That's for Doug and Brady. You kind of mentioned that A.D. Mullens said he's going to go out and find a coach, but that you didn't really know of any input that you were going to have at this point. But do you have season-long team captains already designated? That, I mean, I would think you'd have kind of a helpless feeling if you have no input at all. I mean, would you assume that he would, when he does bring somebody in, that he will be meeting with some of the team captains, or how do you anticipate that working so that you guys do have some kind of feedback that you can give on who you like, or not that that's a deciding factor, but
I really don't. I wouldn't be surprised if we do not get input in the process of getting into the new head coach. But I think as a whole we have good confidence in Rob Mullens, and we know that ultimately whichever head coach he's going to get, it's because he thinks he's going to be the most successful here and best for us. So even if we don't have an input in the head coach, I feel confident in Rob Mullens and the rest of the athletic department.
One thing I want to interject. Oregon has not had season-long captains probably back to early Bellotti years. Game captains are chosen each week. So to clarify that aspect of it. Mike?
Question for both of you. As you reflect back, short time at Oregon or long time at Oregon, working with Coach Helfrich, under Coach Helfrich, what are one or maybe two of your best memories that you have of Coach, whether they're endearing or funny, just what stands out to you most?
I'd probably have to say I wasn't even at the game at Utah, but just watching Helfrich's reaction to when they called that last play a touchdown, you could just tell he was just so excited for the team, and you could see the look on his face. He was just so excited and giving everybody hugs, and that just shows like who Helfrich really was. He was a friend to everybody. He knew every single guy's team or every single guy's name on the team, and he went out of his way to show everybody that he cared about each and every player. And I just think that play totally showed exactly who he was and how he's such a team coach.
My memory would probably be last year upsetting Stanford at Stanford, just in the locker room after, just kind of celebrating as a team and celebrating with Coach Helf. Don't really know why that is sticking out to me right now, but that was a really good one. He was a great leader. He inspired us, and